We look at these swings then, okay? So, as I said, generally speaking, the setup was good. Just be careful we don't sort of get back into that capital wide. You've got to just move those arms a little bit further forward. Just smidgen, get a bit more kind of towards that left thigh, okay? Yeah? So your hands are going to be a bit more towards your left thigh at setup, okay? So you're pushing... Yeah, exactly. There you go. So now from there, go back to where you were at setup. Just make sure your chest is facing me, not facing us. So don't turn it this way, okay? There you go. That's better. There you go. That's it. So you're a bit more in that sort of lowercase Y. The hinge of the wrist you've done now from the last session, that L to L was really, really good. And we're definitely keeping the width in the swing. As we said, though, what we're going to try to do is keep that in position. This is your old swing there at the start. You can see moving off the ball there. Yeah. Big old lunge off the ball there. Now, the problem is now the low point is going to be where your sternum is, okay? Yeah. Unless you get back to that golf ball now in basically a third of a second, you're not going to come back quick enough. So your low point now is going to be sort of around here somewhere. Therefore, you hit the ground here. Yeah. Well, if the ball is there, that's no good. You either hit the ground here, miss-hit it. On a mat, not so bad. Or we miss the ground, hit it up on the ball, and we top it. So keeping yourself kind of over the ball there now. Just sort of staying in the edge of that circle. I mean, the circle's a bit off centre anyway, to be fair, but you can still sort of staying inside there for the most part. And this is you feeling like you're not moving at all. So there's a little bit of movement there, which we're allowed to some extent. We're getting a nice bit of width there with the arms. The hinge of the wrist now is looking good. And now when we come back to the ball, we can get a bit more on top of the golf ball there. There's basically impact. So there's kind of your sternum there, middle of your chest. You're back on top of the golf ball, yeah? So in a reasonably good position. Lead side now is nicely in a sort of straight vertical line there. And then when we turn through the ball now, as we said, not keeping your head down, twisting through the full swing. We'll look at a little bit more in detail at this sort of movement here with the right side, but for the most part now, staying over the ball as we twist. You're keeping width with the arm. It's not lunging your body over here somewhere to try and get that kind of swish with the golf club, okay? So a lot of good progress from there. Say we talked about the L shape last time, okay? You can see where you're hinging your wrist now.
Yeah.
Pretty good, yeah? I'm not going to stand there and say it's perfect, but it's pretty good compared to where you were last year with nothing at all. There's a little bit of leverage going on in the wrist. That's really, really good, okay? And when we're getting more confidence, I'll just swing a little bit longer, which is great. Obviously, we did the short shots there. Just to talk to that quickly now on here to sort of show the difference in the two, to remind you. So this is the setup position for a long shot, okay? A short shot would be kind of there with your feet. Your weight would favour your left side a little bit more. Yeah. So a bit more weight on that left side. And then the length of swings. If you swing the golf club, I think the golf club now is sort of 6 o'clock. If you swing it to 7 o'clock, like 10 yards, 8 o'clock, 20, 9 o'clock, 40, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock and so on. By how far you go back will determine how far the ball roughly goes, yeah? We'll look at that in a bit more detail. I think probably next session will be definitely on the golf course, just experiencing these different shots. And as you saw, going from long to short, it's very difficult, wasn't it? You think, oh yeah, I could do that. So, and you've got a nice groove in those long shots. And this is the problem. When people practice, they use the same club over and over again. Same lie, same outcome out there. And they get in a good groove. And they think, oh, boys, this is amazing. I can't miss. I can't miss. Yeah. Then you change something, then come back to when you couldn't miss with 10 minutes ago. Now you can't believe it, can you? It's like, what's changed? Up here, different club, different feeling, different reaction, okay? Yeah. So it's worth, when you are hitting golf balls, to kind of go through that motion of long, short, long, short. So maybe start off with 10 or 15 short shots, the small stance, the weight forward, and just hitting the ball a short distance, maybe aiming at a target 30, 40 yards away. Build up to full. Get 10 or 15 full shots. Then maybe 10 or 15 where you go long, short, long, short, long, short, long shot, and then finish off with, well, some long shots for fun, all right? So you can practice these different skills you've got to try and develop on the golf course, because otherwise you can smash it a long way, you can't hit 5 yards. And that's not uncommon with a lot of people when they first, they can whack a ball a long way, but controlling over a short distance, we did find it quite tricky. Okay, mate?
Yeah, cool.
Make sense?
Yeah.
Excellent, good stuff, buddy. What do you, mate?